In the United States Army, you might be curious, how does it work if a soldier wants to date another soldier? Maybe you're going to be joining the Army, you're already in the Army, and you're curious about this topic. So here's kind of the brief way of how it would work. You have to think of some different factors. One of them being, you probably shouldn't be dating someone that's in the same platoon as you, maybe not even the same unit as you, because in the situation of someone that's in the same platoon as you, let's say that the relationship does not work out, right? Well, you still have to work with that individual, and the leadership might not be someone that's going to be like, oh, we need to factor in that this is so-and-so's ex and we can't put them on a mission together. No, we need to execute the mission, so they're going to have to put their differences aside and work together. So that can be really awkward and very difficult to execute the mission properly if you're having to work with your ex and you don't get along with your ex anymore because of the the relationship going south. Also, probably a good idea to go outside of the unit, because you might have a situation, let's say, where that individual's in another platoon and maybe they messed up a little bit and an NCO is getting on them, they're chewing them out for messing up, and you're probably not going to like looking at an NCO chewing out your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and that's going to make you angry, and that can cause a situation. So sometimes that can cause problems. It's better just to, if you're going to date another soldier, date someone that's outside of your unit so you don't have to worry about that. But another factor you have to consider is rank. So if you're a private, you can't be dating a sergeant. If you're a sergeant, you can't be dating a private. If you're a sergeant, you can't even be dating an officer, or an officer dating a private. All those kind of factor in, because that's fraternization. Now, if you're probably not in uniform, maybe they're not going to know about it, right? But if you're walking around in uniform and they can see that this sergeant is getting kind of, flirty with this private or whatever the case is, then that can cause problems, because that's fraternization. So it's best, if you're lower enlisted, to stick with, E1 to E4, those privates to specialists. If you're an NCO, you have to stick with NCOs. If you're an officer, sticking with officers. Otherwise, you have that problem of fraternization you have to watch out for. So those things to be aware of in relationships.